I think it's safe to say at this point that one of the hottest topics in YouTube lawn care is how to get a golf course lawn. And from somebody who's been through the process myself, I really wanted to get into a practical approach, some expectations, what to expect through the process, and talk a little bit about kind of the do's and don'ts and practicality of actually having and maintaining a golf course lawn. In my opinion, the most important thing that comes down to maintaining a golf course style lawn is your grass type. Whether that's cool season or warm season. I have a cool season standard turf here. This is Kentucky bluegrass. Whether you have Bermuda, or you have Kentucky blue, or you have perennial rye, or you have zoysia, whatever the case may be, all of those grass types are really conducive to having a low cut golf course type lawn. You've got something like tall fescue, that's not really going to work in this case unless you're talking about a thick rough, which golf courses do have roughs. Golf courses have fringes, golf courses have greens, golf courses have fairways. So your interpretation of a golf course lawn may be different to a lot of other people. And most DIY homeowner type golf course lawns, you're really not going to find anything that is closely related to a golf green unless you can reel mow bent grass at 1/10 of an inch on your house. That's great. It's going to be an incredibly challenging thing to do, but if you can do that, that's great. Most of the type of golf course homeowner lawns are going to be something like this, mowed between 1/2 inch to 1 inch on either warm or cool season grass. So if you don't have the right kind of grass conducive to a golf course lawn, what should you do? Well, you can certainly start over from scratch and do a full renovation, but seed selection is going to be key. So it's really important that you look at NTEP trials and the type of grass that's going to be best suited for your environment. So something like Bermuda for warm season, zoysia, you're going to see that more so in the south. Up here, up north, you're going to see more ryegrass, bluegrass, maybe even bent grass if you want to give it a try for a golf course type lawn. And when making the decision on the best type of turf to use, there's plenty of data available to you, whether it's through the NTEP trials, doing a thorough online search, maybe going to some forums to get some use cases or maybe some examples of other people who have used the type of grass that you want to use in your region. There's a lot of resources out there that are available to you to go in and select the right type of grass that can withstand the mowing heights that you want to put on it, and also be able to handle the cultural and environment that you're going to plant the type of turf in. So we've talked about grass types. Let's talk about equipment. And equipment's going to be very important in the result that you get. If you're looking to mow low, you're going to need to invest in a powered reel mower or a manual reel mower if you want to be able to mow low. Now, there can be a variety of options here for you. If you want to go the route of finding a used greens mower like a John Deere or a Jake, or possibly a Toro Greensmaster, the price has gone up significantly on these machines with the popularity of homeowner golf course lawns. If that's not something you really want to deal with, there are several options for you for homeowner type models, whether that be a Swardman or a California trimmer, an Allet. The list goes on, right? There are several options that you can use. Whatever fits your budget and your needs the best is going to be the best mower for you. So this is something I would definitely research quite a bit and try and find the perfect piece of equipment for what you're wanting to do, ideally on your golf course lawn. And since we've talked about mowing, I want to touch on something I talk a lot about on this channel, is cultural practices. And so when you're looking at cultural practices, we're talking about mowing frequently, we're talking about watering at the right times, we're talking about the fertility program and making sure that you have all of those things in line, because if you don't, this is going to be a failed project for you. If you're not able to water, if you don't have irrigation, having a golf course lawn may not be a good option for you. If you're not able to mow frequently, that's another thing that's going to kind of catch up to you and bite you in the long run. And if you don't have your fertility program on point, and I mean bringing that from a soil test, so definitely want to get a soil test done to find out exactly what the lawn needs. That's really going to dictate your whole fertility program. So by doing the soil test and finding out exactly what you need to do is going to be crucial in making sure that you have the best possible result on your lawn. And so no matter what type of fertilizer you're using, put together the right type of agronomic program that you're going to give you the best results to achieve a high performance turf. And it doesn't matter where you get it from. You can buy it online. If you're the type of person that likes to click, pay, and have it shipped to your door, that's great. If you like to go to your local agriculture co-op and find local products, or maybe find some products that maybe some of your local turf pros are using, that's great too. Doesn't matter how or where you get it, just make sure you get the right products that are going to be best suited for your situation. And I would say an equally important aspect to think of too is weed control, and how are you going to face that problem? Are you going to do it pre-emergently, or are you going to do it post-emergently? For cool season grasses, we have a lot of options. If we want to forego the pre-emergent application, there are some things that we can do to kind of catch up with the emerging crabgrass and some of the things that come up after the fact. For warm season, I'm not really going to comment on that too much because I've never managed a warm season lawn, so that's really not going to be useful for you. But for cool season lawns, depending on kind of where you're at in the process, if you've got a brand new lawn, pre-emergent may not always be the answer, just because of some of the ill effects that it can cause in the turf performance later on through the year as things kind of get escalated with the heat and the temperatures and the turf stress. You really want to manage that separately. So whether that's post-emergently, there's several options that we can use for that. It really just going to come down to what type of weeds do you have present, what's going to be the best options for you, and again, cost effectiveness is going to be a major factor in making those decisions as well. If you're still with me and high performance turf is something that you've definitely considered or want to go forward with in a golf course lawn, I would highly suggest that you invest in research in a fungicide program. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to sort of look at some of, historically, what are some of the issues with fungus or disease that you've had in your lawn, and kind of attack those with fungicides that have modes of action that are going to correct those issues or those deficiencies in your lawn. So that's something you're really going to want to hone in on, and you're going to want to own throughout the process, is getting yourself invested and on pace with a good fungicide program. And so if you have put in any research or any time into looking at how golf courses manage their lawns and how they get them to look so nice and flat, is that they've put a lot of time and investment into sand leveling and maintaining greens and fairways with a fair amount of sand. Whether that's top dressing with sand or that's alleviating any drainage issues that you have, sand is going to be a big part of that program and trying to fix those types of issues. Now, what I did last year when I fixed a lot of the drainage issues in my lawn is I came in and I aerated the entire area that I was going to renovate, and then I top filled that with sand into those aeration holes. That helped with a lot of the drainage issues that I was having in certain areas, and then it also gave me a nice sand cap to help drive roots and get water and fertilizer kind of down into the canopy of the lawn, down to where the root zone is, much easier and much faster. Now, if you want to take it a step further and you want to start getting into things like wetting agents for localized dry spots, growth regulators, things that are kind of in the class of the extra steps to really kind of get yourself head and shoulders above some of the lawns around you. If you're managing a high performance turf, those are always good things to have. I'm actually for using growth regulators because it's a little less wear and tear on the mower. You're not using it as much as you're cutting down the rate of growth on your lawn. And then also I call it family time in a bottle. I didn't make that up. I stole that. I can't remember where I heard it from. But the less you mow, the more time you're going to have with family. If you're like me, kids, full-time job, I don't have time to come out here and mow every single day. So growth regulators are really going to be a big helper for me in keeping time management where I need it to be, but also I can get the results that I want. Also keep in mind, there are several guides that are available out to you for free just by doing a simple online search. You'll be able to find publications by the USGA that actually give you step-by-step instructions on how to build a USGA or PGA quality golf green. And the last point that I'll make here is that you got to have the right mindset and the right expectations for what you're able to do as a homeowner trying to push a high-performance turf. Obviously, as homeowners, and some of you may have access to this, most of us don't, is the access to the same type of equipment that golf courses are using, the same bandwidth, the same expertise, the knowledge. There's all kinds of things that play into how golf courses manage their turf and what they're able to do with it, just based on personal experience over doing it for several years, and then also having a university education on how to manage turf like that. So as a homeowner, I really wouldn't expect my lawn to look like Augusta National right out of the gate, but I think it does look pretty good given the limited experience I have managing a golf course style lawn. So with that, I hope you guys really enjoyed the video. I thought it was informative. I wanted it to be a comprehensive, short video on how to achieve golf course style results and really kind of dispel a lot of the you have to use this product, you have to use that product, because you really don't. Use what you have that's available to you, be smart about it, and actually put together a plan and what you want to do for your lawn. So with that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me some comments in the comment section below, and we'll see you guys in the next one.